Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Yard line. A gain of
the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Adams flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Collins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, and you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there they want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Complete. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, Adams. And it's caught. Touchdown. Five-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
The kicker
looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Taken down and sacked.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
And you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2 they're going to go? And he's going to go down again.
The quarterback sacked.
But someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Quarterback taken down and sacked.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Adams looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Here's Adams throwing on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Makes the score, beats 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just getting them confident.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Jaguars nothing.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Flexing his muscle at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cooper again the target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. They stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Adams to throw on 2nd down. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Collins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Some an excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. On 1st and goal, Collins. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards...
Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2-touchdown. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Adams. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
That is incomplete. The pass. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of the...
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Taken down and sacked.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely... extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Adams. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
49-yard line.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
19-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
The pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball to the ground at the feet of the receiver so you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back now in Jacksonville. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown.
82.
From 17 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
The pass. Intercepted. They'll take
another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
At their own 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 37.
Here's 2nd and 8. On the move to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Operating from the gun. Adams. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play, Mert.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. The Jaguars on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Got his open man. It's Carr. Touchdown, Jaguars. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
The 41-yard line.
2nd and 3. Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
The 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
43-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43.
The pass. Intercepted.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Complete.
An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
49-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Second and 4.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone. And the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them